And we're back, guys. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy, but we're going to be here for a while. So, welcome to Tennis After Dark. We're going to take a look at Rome, guys. That's right, guys. Rome is here, and the French Open is coming. That's right, guys. The French Open is upon us. Things are going to get really darn interesting. France is the place to be this year. Now, let's take a look at the favorites to win Rome. Iga Swiatek is the favorite, guys. That's right, guys. The experts say that if you wager $1 on her, you'll win back $1.20 for her to win Rome. Aryna Sabalenka is the second favorite to win it. If you wager $1 on her, you will win back $4.50. Elena Rybakina is the third favorite to win it. If you wager $1 on her, you'll win back $6. A little change up here in things. Coco is the fourth favorite to win it. If you wager $1 on Coco, you will win $14 back. Now, Coco has been the either second or third favorite in every tournament this year. This is the first time she's the fourth favorite to win it. So the experts are losing a little bit of hope in Coco. What's going on with that, guys? Now, I talked about the last video, will Coco medal at the France Olympics? Listen, guys, let's just be honest here. I mean, Coco receives a lot of love on the channel. She's the biggest name on the channel. We know that, but she also gets a lot of hate on the channel, right? She gets more hate than any other player, which it's mind-boggling to me. I think it's just a sign of just how good she is, right? Because the reality here is there's no player inside the top 10 that's accomplished what she has as a teenager but Iga. And Iga and Coco, if you look at what they've accomplished, the numbers are the same. They both had the same number of championships. Coco had the better junior career. So, I mean, there's no other player inside this current top 10 that's done what Coco's done as a teenager. So it's like, it's mind boggling to me that she gets so much criticism, but you have to look at it as it's a way that people kind of hold her to a higher standard because she was so good at so young. I mean, you heard Serena Williams say, I was never that good at 15. Serena Williams is the greatest female tennis player of all time. She said I was never that good at that age. That shows how good Coco was. So it's just, again, it's a mind-boggling to me that there's no player in the top 10 to do what she's done. And Coco, even in terms of records and accolades, there, there's no one in this current top 10 to do what she's done. And I mean, when you look at the championship and the final appearances, and no one in this current top 10 has done what she's done. And for her to get so much criticism is just, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you're looking at older women and you're comparing her. It's a little weird. It's definitely some hater type of stuff going on. But I think Coco will medal. I think she'll medal. There's not. I mean, she's normally the at least the third favorite to win a tournament, but the problem is people expect Coco to win every tournament, and this is where I take a look at players like Pegula, who's a little bit older. Her changing coaches, is she starting to panic? And I don't think she should have changed coaches because the reality here is Jessica's, and I've said this so many times, she's a walking quarterfinal in Master or Slam events. Look at who's been in her way. I mean, she's dominated Elena Rybakina. She's shown that she's right there with Coco, right? Iga's been the only one really in her way, besides Sabalenka. I mean, there's no other roadblock. I don't think you really need to change a coach because Iga's in everyone's way. And if you look at the true gatekeeper, in my opinion, I think it's Sabalenka. I think Aryna Sabalenka is the real gatekeeper, right? Because she's literally blocking. I mean, Coco has dominated that head-to-head against Sabalenka until recently, where we've seen Sabalenka win the last two, with the exception of the U.S. Open, which mattered the most. But the reality here is Elena Rybakina, Sabalenka's right in her way. Iga Swiatek now, and this is where things got a bit interesting. Sabalenka thinks that her and Iga is a rivalry. Iga's like, no, I don't think it's a rivalry. So Iga, and I've talked about this in the past, I don't think Iga really likes Sabalenka. And of course, she was very vocal in saying that she doesn't think that the Russian or Belarusian players should be allowed to play with the war going on. And the reality here is if you take a look into the Polish situation, Poland has, I mean, they have a pretty strong military and they don't really like the Russian play. They don't really like Russians, you know. And I mean, it's just what's been reported, you know, and it's there's been some history there with the countries, and I can kind of see why Iga would be more vocal in saying what she said, but they don't follow each other on social media. And I think, you know, with Sabalenka saying that she practices to beat Iga, and Iga said, look, I don't think about Sabalenka when I'm practicing. So it's throwing a little bit of shade there, but I do think Sabalenka's the gatekeeper for Coco and Rybakina. She's the number two. She is the number two spot there next to Iga, who's number one. And this is what I truly feel is going to happen. If Sabalenka, look, the next 3 to 4 years are going to be very important. When Sabalenka's approaching 30, she's going to slow down. Once she slows down, I mean, that's it because her movement's not that great, right? Once she slows down, and Iga's going to slow down, I already talked about how that's Iga's worked on her athletic ability. She's worked on her footwork. Once that slows down, I mean, that's it, you know, because Iga's a short rally player. Once that slows down her aggressiveness and ability to jump on you early in the rally, she's going to have problem beating players. So I think her reign, it's not going to be that dominant because once she slows down, her game style is she's not going to have the stamina. She doesn't have the stamina now. She wins because she can beat you within the first, you know, what, 3 to 5 shots. But once she gets older, it's not going to work. So this is what's going to happen. The same with Elena Rybakina. I mean, she's taller, a taller player. Once she gets older, that style is not going to work, right? Coco, next 3 to 4 years, she's going to have. I mean, you're looking at the younger players like Brenda Favertova, Mira Andreeva. They're going to be older, but still not on the level of Coco. What's going to happen is Coco's going to have years where she's going to run off 2 to 3 slams a year. You know, you factor in a span where she'll probably dominate 3 to 5 years. She's going to easily hit double-digit slams. And for you guys that don't think it's going to happen, just watch. I'm telling you what is going to happen. She will have a stretch where she's winning all of the slams. Wait and see, okay? I'm telling you guys. But let's get to the draw here. Let's take a look at the top seed. So Iga's the top seed, Sabalenka's number two, and Coco's the third seed, but she's the fourth favorite to win the tournament. Rybakina's the fourth seed. Sakkari's the fifth seed. Marqueta's the sixth seed. Seventh seed is Queen Win. Ons is the eighth seed. And I'm glad they updated the photos, right? Elena's the ninth seed. Dash is the 10th seed. We'll stop at the 12th. Jasmine, guys, go check out the short what I posted. I've been telling you guys for how long that Jasmine's one of the fastest players on tour, and people didn't really give her any attention. I heard people tell me I'm crazy. Oh, Iga's faster. Go watch that short I just posted of Jasmine. When have you seen Iga with breakaway speed like that? Never. Get out of here, guys. And Beatrice Haddad is the 12th seed. So we're just going to stop at 12. I'm not going to go through the whole seeded list. But a quick rundown on today's scores. So we'll start with the Americans, of course. The round of 128, you know, they're stretching these master events. Elena Rybakina should be a little happier to about 2 weeks. So round of 128, Iga had a bye. She will take on the winner of Dolehide and Para, which would be Para. You know, that's a match that Para should win, and she won in straight sets. Just that left down the line, little too much for Dolehide to move on clay and cover ground. Martina Trevisan. Yeah, they took care of the Italian players. They should. Yulia Putintseva, a little too much variety. She takes out Trevisan. Sloane has the bye. She's ranked, right? I mean, she's seeded. 31st seed. She'll take on Yulia. And Might as well do some predictions too. I think Sloane gets past Julia. I'll take Sloane to get. Sloane plays really good on clay. The stretch. Veronica, go check out the short I did of Veronica. She has the bye. She's gonna take on the winner of Davis and Kerber, and Angelique played well. Montrez is a huge Kerber fan, and rightfully so, right? Three-time slam champion. She gives Lauren Davis a bagel. Lauren Davis is not healthy, so what do you expect, right? And Carolina Smidlova, I told you guys I wouldn't back her in a single file line. She just runs out of gas. And I mean, did you see her in Texas, just in Indian Wells, just falling down all over the place? The announcer's like, "Is it her shoes?" He's like, "Well, the court, maybe the court's slippery. I give her the benefit of the doubt." Well, then again, she's the only one falling. It's got to be. Sass is back. Sasnovich gets the win there. And Ekaterina, she's going to take on Ekaterina. I'll take Ekaterina to beat Sasnovich. So we're kind of doing predictions here too. Beatrice Haddad, she had the bye. She's a 12 seed. She's going to take on the winner of Wong and Yuan. Wong won that matchup. I do like Beatrice to beat Wong. And Aranza Rus, she lost to Camila Osorio, who's one of the toughest players I've seen in my life. And this is, well, if we talk about ATP, WTA, I say it's a, look, I watch both, but I watch probably the WTA 80% more of the time than the ATP because players like Camila Osorio that just fight for points. I mean, just seeing these ladies and their athletic ability and the amazing things they can do. Look, we've seen Carlos Alcaraz, 20 shot rallies all over the place. But have you seen Coco just jump over the net with her athletic ability? Have you seen Jasmine Polini from the baseline just run down these balls? Have you seen Iga Swiatek's footwork? Have you seen Sabalenka's 1-2 punch? Elena Rybakina's big serve? Alicia Parks blasting 128-mile-an-hour serves? No, you guys haven't seen this. This is why we need to support the WTA, support this channel, hit the super thanks, go like all 6,000 of my videos. In 3 to 5 years, guys, the WTA is going to take over. I'm telling you right now, that's another prediction I'm making. Just like the WNBA is making a huge push where these players are selling more jerseys than freaking NBA and football players. Watch out. Madison Keys, she should be taking on who? Osorio. I like Keys to win that matchup. Sorana Cirstea had to bye. She's 28th seed. She's going to take on Brenda Favirtova, who took out Taylor Townsend. Now, I thought Taylor would lose the first set and win the match, but she won the first set and lost the match. So I did some quick, I tried to really figure that numerology out quick. I didn't have time to really dive deep in that. That takes a lot of work, And Taylor ended up losing to Brenda Favirtova. Good job, Brenda. And I told you guys, Brenda will win the French Open one day. Just watch. She's going to take on Sorana. I like Brenda to win a set over Sorana. I really do. And Anna Bogdan. Go check out the short I just posted of Bogdan. Solid clay player. She beat Leylah Fernandez, guys. She's going to take on Marketa. That's going to be a good match. Marketa made the French Open final, remember, several years ago against Ashley Barty. I like Marketa to win that match. Corey Coco Gauff, the future of tennis. A lot of people get on Coco, like I said. Listen to the beginning of this video. No one in the top 10 has done what she's done as a teenager. Like, come on, guys. She's freaking amazing. She's not going to win every match, but you got to understand she's also still really young. And I think there's a level of discipline that she has where I think she's trying to really incorporate what her coach, Brad Gilbert, telling her to do. But I do like how she's looked since hiring her junior coach again. And me personally, I mean, I think she's got to get she's got to do what Sabalenka did. When Sabalenka was putting up all those double faults, she got a serve coach to work on the mechanics. She needs a coach to work on her serve mechanics because she's never put up this many double faults. She's trying to do what Brad is trying to. Look, Brad has coached some big servers, Agassi, Andy Roddick, but it doesn't seem to be working with Coco. And we can clearly see the serve is putting her behind in these matches. You take a look at Sabalenka, the match at the Australian Open. She wins that match, which she should have. She wins her second slam, right? Take a look at the match recently against Marta Kostyuk. Had the chance to serve out the match. It's the serve is she's having a good season. She's still got a great win percentage, but the reality here is I think she's got to do what Sabalenka did: hire a serve coach, work on the mechanics, and I mean, because that's really the only thing holding her game back right now. The forehand's like she's using the forehand to attack. She's using it defensively. I mean, go watch. I showed you a 30-shot rally she had with Aryna Roos, where Roos is a really good clay player. Just destroyed her with the forehand. It's the serve. The serve is getting her down. And a lot of these service games where she's down 15, 30, 30, 40, and opponents are getting lucky and they're breaking her. So it's the serve right now. She needs a mechanics coach. And that's what I would do. Coco's got a ton of money, right? She's the richest athlete in the world in terms of females. She needs to get a serve mechanics coach because I think she's trying, I don't think, I know she's trying to incorporate the big serve that Brad wants because she has it. Coco has the power, right? But me personally, I think her serve looked really good under Rebus, who's now with Queenwin. Queenwin's always been a big server. She's serving much better. I think Coco's game looked better with Rebus. Not only was he a good cheerleader, but I do like as he's a good physical coach. He gets his players really fit. But I think Rebus, look, he grew up in Spain. I like what I saw with Rebus. It's a shame that that partnership didn't work out, but I just don't think he wanted to be in Brad Gilbert's shadow. But personally, she's got to get a serve mechanics coach because other than that, I mean, she's looking solid. It's the serve right now, right? But she'll figure it out. Magdalena, fuck, the guys. Just imagine if Coco waited and David Witt became free. I think remember, David coached Venus Williams. I think he would do well with Coco. That would be amazing. But nonetheless, she's going to take on Magdalena. Fuck. I like Coco to beat Magdalena, who took out Kruger today. Elena Evanesian takes out Buxa. I had Buxa winning the first set. Did I tell you to take Buxa first set? I think I did. And I had Elena winning the match. That's going to be a good matchup. Elena and Jacqueline. I like Jacqueline to win at least a set. That's the pick there. Emma Navarro had the bye. She's the 21st seed. Now that race is starting to get really, really good, guys, because Emma Navarro is look, she's fighting for that Olympic spot. And who do we have here? We have Maddie Patty right there, Danielle Collins. Madison Keys can still pass Danielle. Sloan can still pass Madison. So this is going to be good. Now, Emma's going to take on Paula Badosa. I'm going to have to go with Paula Badosa as the underdog to win a set. I think Paula Badosa can win the match. Now, let's talk about Paula Badosa really quick, guys. Now, I told you guys that I think that Stefanos was a rebound from her model fiance. And what happens as soon as she breaks up with Stefanos? Now she's winning again, right? So that's a sign to me that she broke up with him because I think she's back where she feels she needs to be mentally. You know how women are. They use guys as a rebound. I'm not saying Stefanos was a rebound, but how do you get out of a engagement and less than a month you're now dating someone else? That's a rebound guy. It's either the guy you wanted all the time or it's a rebound guy. And the way she was in love with her fiance, I think Stefanos was a rebound guy. That's what women do. They'll find a rebound to get over what they need to get over. And her game hasn't been worse. Now that relationship's over, she's back winning again. So, look, this is my opinion, okay? I just think she's back where she needs to be mentally. And she's going to start winning matches again. We'll take Paula Badosa to win at least a set over Emma Navarro, and I think she can beat Emma Navarro. She should. I mean, Paula Badosa's been a lot more big time than Emma. I mean, Emma's still young. She's going to be where she needs to be, but she's still young. Greet Menon loses to Diana Snyder. Now, Diana Snyder is going to take on Ludmilla, fellow countrywoman. Diana, I like Diana to win a set. She's the underdog. I think that could be an upset outright. I don't like her knee being wrapped up like that, but I think she's going to work Ludmilla athletically, and that's just going to be, Diana's going to have some highlight reels against Ludmilla. I'll take her to win a set. Dasha, she takes on the winner of Tatiana Maria, Elena Furtova. Brenda's in, Lena's out. Brenda, Lena. Look, I still don't know who's who, but they're big time. Gonna take Dasha to defeat Tatiana Maria. She's gonna have to be disciplined though, but I do like the athletic ability of Dasha to get past Maria. Osaka takes out Clara Buell. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? That was a good win for Osaka, right? Osaka hasn't really played the clay season a lot. She said she wants to work on her clay and grass game. She feels those are the opportunities to improve her game the most. Good win over Buell. She beats Buell. She should beat Kashuk. Osaka is the underdog. I'll take Osaka to beat Marta. She should beat Marta. Lena Noskova has a bye, the 29th seed. She's gonna take on Stefani. I like Noskova to beat Stefani. Uh, Big game Shelby Rogers, guys. That's right. She took out Pagato. She's gonna play Queenwin. Could be a sleeper here. I like Shelby Rogers to cover 6.5 in the alternate spread. Queenwin's a big favorite, guys. And remember, Queenwin can hold, but Queenwin's not a good returner. So Shelby should win and hold. Zachary, the Greek goddess, the 5th seed. She's going to take on Vivara. Zachary should beat Vivara. Dana Vekic, we saw Serenko go to the tiebreak with Donna. Donna was down big in the tiebreak and came back. Look, Donna's been eating a lot of pasta out there in Italy, Rome. And hey, now she can eat all the pasta she wants. But Donna's big time. She'll be back. Serenko's going to take on Ann Helena, Battle of the Ukrainians. I like Ann Helena to beat Lesya Serenko. Serenko's going to have the powerful backhand, but I think Ann Helena's got the variety to stretch the court. And Ann Helena's, she's big. She's physical. She's got to be at least 6 feet. She's pretty tall. I like Ann Helena to win. Vika taking on Magdalene. And I might be off with some of these matchups, by the way. If I'm off, then disregard what I'm saying because I'm doing this on the fly. So I might be off. I don't have any numbers in front of me. And I could be holding this draw the wrong way. If I am, disregard what I'm saying. But I think I'm right, though. Vika's going to take on Magdalene. That's going to be a good match. I would give Vika the edge. I'll go with Vika to defeat Magdalene. And Petra Martic, she loses to Mayar Sharif. Sharif's going to take on Polini. Ooh, that's going to be a tough match. Go watch Yasmin Polini. I did a short with her recently. And listen, guys, we all know the big song right now is Kendrick Lamar and Drake. They're going back and forth with their diss records. And look, I mean, there's no doubt Kendrick's a much better lyricist than Drake. Drake doesn't even write his songs. I mean, Drake, look, and actors don't write their scripts, or we know that, right? But the reality here is Drake makes good music. He has good writers, good tunes. He's a good entertainer, but when it comes to lyricists, he's not competing with Kendrick Lamar. And by the way, for the WTA news reporter that talked about the Kendrick Lamar and the Drake battle to Osaka, you gotta love Osaka, right? Osaka is she's great for the sport. She's so nonchalant, and kudos to her. I think she's been watching the channel, so make sure you give good energy credit too. And gotta get my credentials nonetheless. Jasmine Polini, Mayor Sharif, gonna be a good match, guys. I'll take that match to go over. It's gonna be a seesaw battle. I'll take the over 19 and a half. Danielle Collins, she's going to take on Anna Blinkova. Now, look, like I told you, Anna Blinkova, she should beat Diane Perry, but she's just so inconsistent. And I'm going to go with Danielle Collins to beat Anna Blinkova. There's no way I wouldn't back Blinkova on a masseuse table. Zarazoa and Elizabeta. That match was postponed. I'm going to take Elizabeth to win the second set. That's the pick there. That's going to go 3 sets. Caroline Garcia will take on the winner of that match. Okay, this might be, yeah, so that we can't call. We got to wait to see who wins. Elisa Mertens, she has the bye, the 27th seed. She's going to take on Sinyakova. Elisa Mertens, Sinyakova, first set over 8.5. Those two ladies, not great returners. They should be able to hold the match probably goes over. Aryna Begu and Rybakina Masarova. That's gonna go 3. The winner will take on Rybakina. We have to wait to see what happens there. Ons is going to take on Sofia Kenin. I like Ons to beat Kenin. Kenin took out Bronzetti, which, Bronzetti's a really good clay player, playing with the fans backing her. But I think Ons should be able to style on Sofia Kenin. Shramkova, she's going to take on Katie Bolter. Actually, no, that match. So, yeah. So, with the delays here, that's really all the matches we can cover. So, we have to wait to see these other matches get played. So, there's no other matches to really talk about. Yeah. So, they got this stretch of the tour. They have the curfews and, the matches, they end a bit early. So, the schedule's going to be delayed. But nonetheless, back to Coco. Coco's the 4th favorite to win this tournament. Can she win the tournament? Well, I mean, let's take a look at her potential draw. Because I don't, I don't think Iga's gonna win this tournament, guys. So I think she's gonna get slipped up, maybe fatigue or something like that. But as the early signs, I don't think she'll win it. So let's see. So Coco is going to play Magdalena Frech. And if she gets past that match, she's going to have a showdown with potentially who is going to be the showdown with if she wins that match. Let's see here. So potentially, let's see here. Who will Coco face? Will it be possibly Vondrousova, right? Marketa. Let's see here. Yeah, so she's dominated Marketa in the past. And we know that. She's beat Marketa, I want to say at least, I want to say 3 times, possibly 2. So, nope, she's going to miss Marketa. So she'll play the winner of Jacqueline Christian or Elena Evanesian. She'll get past either one of those with flying colors. She'll pass that test and then take on possibly Navarro, Badosa, or Ludmilla. I think she gets past that test. And then potentially she could see Osaka or Queenwin. There's no one down there in that draw she would have to worry about. So potentially she could face Iga and possibly the she could face Iga and possibly the semifinal. So that's who is in her way. So it looks like Iga's going to be possibly in her way. I think Coco should meet Iga. I don't see anyone in this draw that could slip her up. Keys is going to have to go through Iga. Keys is going to have to go through Beatrice Haddad. So we could possibly have a showdown with Paula Badosa and Coco to get to the semifinal, or possibly Coco and maybe someone like Osaka. I mean, if she plays well, this draw is going to look pretty good, guys. Comment below who do you think is going to win. And stay tuned. I want to talk about Camila Giorgi, who announced her retirement secretly. We technically don't know if it's official, but it's being reported that she has been added to the retired list. So as long as that is correct, then she's retired. And I'm going to tell you why. Stay tuned. Tennis in a minute. We'll be back.